y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's Lydia, and yes y'all, I am finally back.
It's about damn time.
I took a little bit of a break, but that's mostly just because my hair needed a break. It went through it over the past couple months. I went into it on my IG stories. I can go into it in depth a little bit more in a video here on YouTube if you guys are interested, but that's not the point of this video. This video, I wanted to just basically talk about my tips and things I want y'all to keep in mind as we transition into the spring weather. So if you live somewhere that goes from a super cold weather to, you know, springtime right before it gets hella hot in the summertime, these are tips that I feel like will be super helpful and will definitely step up your curl game. The first tip, and I feel like I sound like a broken record, it is definitely to deep condition your hair. If you don't deep condition your hair regularly, what are you doing, man? Like, start doing it. Honestly, comment down below. When was the last time you deep conditioned your hair? If it was over 4 weeks ago, then it's time to bust out that deep conditioner from underneath your sink or make a quick run to CVS, Target, Walgreens, wherever, and get a good deep conditioner and put that in your hair, let it soak for a little bit, and then rinse it out and just start doing that more often. If you're interested in some deep conditioners that I recommend, I have a couple of videos. I can link those down below. But yeah, definitely start deep conditioning your hair more regularly, just as the winter time can be super harsh on your hair because it's so dry and cold out. So can the warmer weather, and so can the summertime. That sun plays no games and it does not discriminate. The next tip would be to start incorporating more gels or jellies. For me, I personally prefer jellies, so I would say start incorporating more jellies to your hair. They have a little bit more slip and they aren't as drying for me. But I would say incorporating more gels will definitely help the longevity of whatever style you're doing. I know in the wintertime, a lot of us tend to go in the habit of using more moisturizing creams and more moisturizing butters and kind of straying away from the gels because they can be a little bit drying depending on the kind that you use. But for me, I would say definitely start incorporating them a little bit more if you can, because the humidity plays no games and you definitely want to keep your hairstyle lasting as long as possible, especially if you are wearing a wash and go. If I tried to walk outside and have no gel in my hair would not look like this at all. By the way, this wash and go is like at least almost 5 or 6 days old and it's still holding strong because I used a gel and a jelly. So well, not a gel, I used a jelly, let me correct myself. But yeah, and another thing to kind of just piggyback off that, if you notice that your curls tend to get super frizzy or dry from using gels, it could just be the ingredients. So I know for some people, if they use gels that have a really high amount of glycerin, or just products in general that have glycerin as like the second or third ingredient, that could be your problem. Try to maybe opt for a gel that's glycerin free or has glycerin a little bit lower down and see if that makes a difference in terms of your curly hair routine. The next thing would be to always carry a hair tie or a hair scarf of some sorts. This is the one I use to go to bed, so it's ginormous. I have a smaller one, but essentially what I always ensure that I have with me is a little scarf. I personally don't use hair ties or scrunchies. I just like to use scarves like these. My smaller one is like the size of this, and then I'll just take it, wrap it around, and tie my hair up if my hair is starting to get super frizzy or it's just not looking right. I know when it rains, our hair can be hella unpredictable, so I always like to make sure I have a hair tie on me, so if I need to tie my hair up, I'm just good to go. Nothing's worse than being caught in the rain and you just got to go somewhere and your hair is literally just growing and it's just not looking the way you want it to. But if you carry a hair tie or a hair scarf or something to just kind of throw your hair up, your problem will be solved. This next tip is kind of probably a little hard for some of y'all. I know for me, I haven't straightened my hair in a minute. It's been like 6 years. But I know some of y'all, and I even know some people who really are addicted to the heat, who love straightening their hair, who love to blow out their hair, all that jazz. Just put the heat tools down, put them away. That's my tip for y'all, especially during the spring and summertime. Just like give your curls a break from the heat. I know a lot of people tend to straighten their hair a lot during the winter time because it's not as humid, it'll last a little bit longer. So I would just say put the heat tools away during the summertime. Really focus on building up the strength of your hair, especially if you have a lot of heat damage. Yeah, so that would be my biggest tip. Just put down the heat tools. This last tip isn't something that applies to everyone, especially especially if you've gotten it done already. But if it's been a while since you've gotten a trim or a diva cut, it may be a good time to get it done. You know, start off the new season with, you know, fresh ends, a fresh cut, a fresh shape to kind of just bring your curls back to life. You don't want to carry over all of those damaged ends and frayed ends from the winter time into the spring and summer, because trust me, it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. So it may be time to get just like a little snip or just get a new shape or a new cut and kind of just let your hair flourish and grow out and just do its thing throughout the spring and summer. So yeah, that would be my tip for y'all. If you haven't gotten a trim or a cut recently, it's time for that. And that basically wraps it up. I hope you all found this video helpful. Be sure to comment down below any other tips that you all have as we transition into the new season. Any tips and tricks are greatly appreciated. I know I will be watching and replying and commenting back to all of y'all down below. So definitely be sure to comment. But I hope you enjoyed. Give this video a big old thumbs up if you did. And don't forget to subscribe. I will love you if you do. I won't hate you if you don't, but I will love you if you do. And be sure to share this with a friend as well. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment the word spring down below, just because spring has officially sprung. But yeah, don't forget to leave any other tips and tricks down below if you have them. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.